It's my privilege to introduce the next speaker, Sri Yegna Subramanian ji. He needs no introduction, but I think it's only fair I give him a few words here. He's the chairman of Sringeri Vidya Foundation, and he's the editor of Paramartha Tattvam. He's a well-known teacher of Hindu scriptures. He organizes various conferences, various spiritual activities. Sir, I will be doing you a disrespect if I stop talking about your titles, but I'll just share two of them, Dharmatma and Dharma Chakravarti. I'm sure there's a lot more, but to my small mind, those are the two I remember very well. He's going to speak to us today about where everything will reach. That is, everything at the end of the day, karma, afterlife, before life, no matter what, reaches only one place. That's Lord Sri Krishna. It's our honor and privilege again to welcome Sri Yegna Subramanian.
Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavadishyate Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramadam Devaki Paramanandam Krishna Vande Jagadguru Jnanam Jhanvi Tirtham Vidya Tirtham Vivekinam Sarvesham Sukatam Tirtham Bharati Tirtham Ashraye Sadguru Charanarudabhyam Namaha. When Adi Shankara wrote Viveka Chudamani, he wrote a shloka there. Moksha Karana Samagriyam Bhaktireva Ganiyasi. He made a statement. Among all instruments leading towards moksha, Bhakti is supreme. Bhaktireva Ganiyasi, supermost. And he didn't stop there, because he has to define what bhakti is next. Karma is bhakti, upasana is bhakti. Karmi, becoming a karma yogi, is an act of bhakti only. Between karmi and karma yogi, what is the difference? Karma being the same, a karma yoga does the same action with a different attitude. Whatever action I do, I offer it to the Lord, Ishvara Arpana Buddhya. And whatever comes as the result of my action, I take it as a prasada from the Lord, Ishvara Prasada Buddhi. So when this action being same, only a change in attitude of doing that action makes it a nishkama karma and makes him a karma yogi. Why karma yoga? Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Unless mind is pure, Jnana will not enter there. So for Chitta Shuddhi, karma is needed. But mind is pure. Great. You have a great, beautiful white screen. You want to draw a picture. Screen is great. But the screen should be firm. It cannot be moving around. So Chitta Ekagrata is needed. For that you need Upasana. Upasana is also karma. So Bhakti, there is a separate thing. Bhakti, all these things are included. So karma, karma yoga, upasana, they are all bhakti. And then jnana yoga. Trying to find out who I am, the nature of the self. So he said in the next line, Swaswarupana Sandhanam Bhaktirikta Vidiyate. The inquiry about oneself, to comprehend who I am, that is bhakti. But we said already, karma is bhakti, upasana is bhakti, jnana yoga is bhakti. Then why he should say, Swaswarupana Sandhanam, that is bhakti rita videyate, why should he say that alone? Among the three, which is the one that will directly lead to moksha. For example, if you want to have a guy who is in hunger, to remove the hunger, you need food, you need somebody should offer to him, he should be able to consume that, eat it, and then only hunger will go. In this, any of the steps, can they be all left out? No. We need all the steps. But what is the one that directly gives him the benefit of removing hunger is only eating. In the same way, karma is important, upasana is important, all are needed. But for a person who tries to know the nature of oneself, that alone leads him to moksha. That is the message of the Acharya. So, Jnana Deva Kaivalyam. Okay. Now, what the Purva Pakshi says now, Purva Pakshi means Purva Mimamsakas, who try to always advocate that karma alone is important. Through karma, I can go to moksha. Nitya Naimitika karmas I keep on doing. Kamya karma, Nishiddha karma I won't do. Because Kamya karma, Nishiddha karma alone will give me phalam which will be binding. And because I am binding, I have to take another birth to enjoy or suffer the consequences of my punya papa karmas. I won't do any of them. Let me just keep on doing Nitya karma, Naimitika karma forever. Then that should give me moksha. Because karma bandhanam is not there. Acharya says, sarvata that is not possible. He asks a very, very firm question where he says, Nahi janma prayanayor antarale. He's asking, Nahi janma prayanayor antarale kamya pradishidayoho sarvatmana varjanam kenachit parigyatum shakyam. Kenachit pratigyatum shakyam. Who can promise, vouch that from my birth till death I will not be doing any mistakes at all? I will not be doing any kamya karmas at all? How can anybody say? Nobody can say that. Whether you do a karma knowingly or unknowingly, the phalan has to be either suffered or enjoyed. Because that is the nature of karma. It will, because when you put a finger into the fire will hurt regardless of whether you put the finger knowingly or unknowingly. Whether a child puts or an adult puts, it will hurt. That is the nature of power, by this thing. So, anichaya api samprishto dahadevaki pavakaha. It will only do dahanam. That is the nature of Agni. So, papam is papam, punyam is punyam, whether you know it or you don't know it. So, that is the nature of that. So, not only that, people may say, okay, in this janma I won't do any such binding karmas at all. I did only nitya naimitika karmas. Then what about those karmas that you did in previous jibas? That sanchita karma, that baggage is hanging behind us. Some portion of it fructified for me to get this prarabdha karma today and this body. But still there is a lot hanging behind me. What about them? In this janma you may perhaps not do them. What will happen to them? And they may say, okay, for some reason I will say that even that is destroyed. You cannot do it by karma, because for a guy who did a great yegna like Ashwamedha yegna, sarvotkrishta karma it is. And also a person who did a dosha like Brahmahati dosha. How can that person end up the same body in one janma? It's very difficult. It's not possible for that also to do that. So, if somebody has to say that I will not do any binding karma at all, actually when Manusmriti tries to talk about the Pancha Maha Yegnas, it says 5 different types of papas are committed by grahasthas unknowingly every day. Very difficult not to do that. So if somebody has to get out of karma, the cycle of birth and death, karma has to be gone. If karma param has to be gone, there is only one way, that is through jnana. So what does it, who says this? Veda says it. So yad Veda aha tat asmakam pramanam. That is like Supreme Court. Whatever Veda says is like Supreme Court to us. Shruti says your karma will go away, karma param will go away through jnana. It says and we believe it. So tat yada pushkara balashe apo na srishyante evam vidhi papam karma na srishyate evam vidhi brahmatma vidhi papam karma na srishyate. It doesn't affect me. Tat yata yishika tulam agnau protam praduyante evam hasya sarve papatmanaha praduyante papmanaha praduyante. The scriptures say, Shruti says, this is not written by an Acharya. Shruti says, Vedas say, this is how the papas go away, so it won't touch a person when this is the thing. Now we may ask this question, okay, you say the papa will go away, punya papas, all those go away for this jnani. Where does it go? Because nature is fair. It cannot just go into the oblivion. It has to go somewhere. the effects of the punya karmas of a jnani or the papa karmas of a jnani also has to go somewhere. Where does it go? Tasya putradhayam upayanti suhrida sadhu krityam vishintaha papa krityam. Shruti says again, the palam of jnani's punya karma go to those who serve him, who worship him, who do service to him. And the effects of the papa karmas of the jnani goes to those who disgrace him, who do not respect him. It goes to those people. Now the next question will be, if I do the karma, the palam has to come to me only. How can somebody else's karma will come to me? Because Sakarta, he alone should be the bhokta. So how it's possible that somebody's karma will come to me? Again, there is a portion in Vedas, in Shruti, which relates to the mantras used in the Kushmanda Homa. There is a particular Havan called the Kushmanda Homa. We don't have to go into the details of that, but only I will say only one mantra from there. It says, Indragni Midra Varuno Somo Dhata Brihaspatihi Tenaha Munchantu Yenaso Yet Anyakritam Arima. It says very clearly, all these devatas, Indra, Mitra, Varuna, Agni, Brihaspati, all those people, I pray to all of them for what? Whatever papas I have got by the actions of somebody else, Anyakritam Arima, let all those papas be destroyed by worshipping these devatas. Let these devatas remove all those papas done which I have got from other people. So when we say papas go somewhere, there should be a Shruti Pramanam for it. And the Pramanam is given here in this particular mantra, where somebody else's papa karma, punya karma, those karmas also can come to me. So if at all I have done, I have acquired any such punya papa karmas from somebody else, let them all be removed. So that is the prayer, that is how it is established, that whatever karma somebody does. So what are the things we have seen so far? Karma alone cannot give directly to moksha. Only jnana alone can give moksha. And for jnana, what are the problems with respect to the karma not being able to give moksha? We already saw, because even the karma which I don't do, somebody else has done, even I might have got it if I had done either praise or dushanam of a jnani in the previous birth. So this much is said. And Shankaracharya in the Upadesha Panchakam also he says, Prakarma pravilapyatam chitibalat napyukta raihi srishyatam. Chitibalat. Chitibalat means what? Chitibalat means jnana balat. So whatever prakarma is there, let them all be destroyed by Atma Balat. Jnana Balat, let them be all. So Shruti says, Acharya says, Sutrakara also said, Vyasa, I don't have the sloka right here. And Gita said, what does it say? Jnanagni sarva karmani basmasat kurte arjuna. Swamiji told it in the very beginning. So through Jnanagni, all the karmas, they will basmasat kurte, they will be all burned by jnana. So this is what all of them, they lead to jnanam, to destroy all these effects, to finally give moksha. So Shruti says, Gita says, Bhashyakara Adishankara says, Sutrakara Vyasa says, all have said jnanam alone has the ability for karma daha samarthyam, is to burn the karma palas. Jnanam alone has to give moksha. Now, all this karma, jnanam and all those things were not my topic to start with. I gave all this preamble. My topic was Mam Eva Yeshyasi. Krishna says in two places actually. Manmana Bhava Madbhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Mame Veshyasi Satyam Te Pratijane Priyaha Asi Priyosi Me in chapter 18, 62th shloka. And he also said in the same thing in the 9th shloka also, with slightly some change. So that he said, Matparayanaha Mrityu, so Manmanabha Madbhakto Madhyaji Ma Namaskuru Mameva Itvaiva Pratijane Matparayanaha, he said. That's the only difference between this and that. Manmanabhava, think of me only all the time. Madbhaktaha Bhava, be devoted to me all the time. Madhyaji, whatever action you do it as arpanam to me. Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru, at that time whatever actions you do, when you are not doing any action, at that time at least do namaskarams to me. Because you may be busy just doing other actions, but other times at least do namaskaram to me. Mam Namaskuru. Mameva Yeshyasi, you will reach me alone. Satyam Jnane. This is the truth, this is the promise I make to you. Why? Priyahasi, you are dear to me. Now we have to understand what is this Priyahasi and what is Mameva Yeshyasi. What Krishna means by mom and Priyahasi. In 7th chapter he said, Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukriti norjuna arto jignasu artarthi jnani cha bharatarshava. He said he categorized bhaktas into 4 categories. Chaturvida bhajante mam, who are artha bhaktas, artarthi bhaktas, jignasu bhaktas and jnani bhaktas. Artha bhakta are those people, whenever they have difficulties, they pray to the God. Otherwise they everything is myself. When they have problem, they go. Artharthi bhaktas are those people, they always expect something returned. They have this, this prayer, that prayer. Tirupati Hundi is full on January 1st. They made already the deal with the Lord. If I get this much, half is yours. Artharthi bhaktas. Jignasu bhakta. So for these people, bhakti is divided between them and Lord. And for a Jignasu bhakta, he says, I want to do bhakta for the sake of Lord only. I have nothing at all for myself. For the sake of Lord. There also there is an intention, by praying to this Lord, he gives me Shanti. So Shanti is his ultimate goal, his personal peace. So he wants to make use of the Lord to gain his personal peace. So Shanti. So Jignasu Bhakta. And Jnani Bhakta is the one for whom I am not different from him. I am same as him. He and me are same. And that is why Krishna himself says, among all the Bhaktas, who are all characterized here, he says, Tesham Jnani Nitya Yuktaha. Eka Bhakti Visishyase Nitya Yuktaha. He is Vashi, Atmavan. He is the person Yukta Purushaha. And that person alone is close to me. He is Eka Bhakti Visishyate. Priyohi Jnaninoptyartam Saya Mama Priyaha. See, Sacha Mama Priyaha. That Jnani Bhakta alone is Priyaha. He is close to me. He is the one nearest to me. Krishna himself says, but not that he discounts others. He likes all of them. So he says, Udaraha sarva evete. He likes others also. But Jnani tvamimetam. This is what I think Jnani alone is the closest to me. And Bahunam Janmana Mante Jnanaman Mam Prapadyate. Vasudevaha sarvamiti. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. To think Vasudeva is everything. That Mahatma is Durlabha. Very rare to find. And that is the person, that Jnani Bhakta, he is close to me, and that is what Krishna implies here. But which is this chapter? 18th chapter, 65th shloka. He already said in the 9th chapter also. Now in the 18th chapter he is telling. But now if you want to understand, why when we say Priyaha Asi, he is closest to me, he says, but we say that me does not mean Krishna, that me means he is Brahma Jnani. He has got Jnana. How do we comprehend that? The very next shloka he says, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. What I will do? Aham tva sarva papebhyaha mokshayishyami. Ma suchaha. He gives the guarantee, do not grieve. I will relieve you of all your sins. Again, 18th chapter, 66th shloka. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Here, Dharma means karma. Abandoning all karmas. Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Take refuge in me alone. Now what is this mom? Who is this mom? Is it Krishna? Krishna told everywhere up to the 17th chapters, even up to here, he said, Niyatam Kuru Karma. Do karma all the time. Yegna Dana Tapa Karma. Natyajet. Never leave. Yajnam Dhanam Tapa. All these things, don't leave. Every time keep on doing karma, karma, karma. All the time, but with an attitude of a karma yogi. He has been telling all places. And now he says, leave all karma. Leave all karma. Is he telling you, he is talking to Arjuna. He is not asking to become a sannyasi. Leave all the karma and then offer them all to me. He says, Sarva Dharman Patyajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Now the question is, Sharanam means what? He is asking him to do Sharanagati. Sharanagati means what here? When he has asked Arjuna to abandon all karmas, will he ask him to do another karma now by Sharanagati? Sharanagati is another karma. It's another form of bhakti. Will he ask him to do Sharanagati now? Sharanagati, Shamamekam, Sharanam Praja implies become a Jnani. So that Jnanitvam, he already told earlier, Jnani Bhakta is only closest to me. Now he is concluding here, Sharanam Praja, by that Sharanagati, he means become a Jnani. For him only, no karma is needed. A sannyasi is called a niragni because he has no agni karma, no rituals and all. For this Jnani, he doesn't have any karmas. So leave all the karmas means at this stage, people normally wrongly quote this sloka. Krishna himself has told no need to do all these karmas and rituals at all. That is for a Jnani, not for ordinary people. They all have to engage in karma because Chitta Shuddhi will never come without karma yoga. Anishkama karma only when we do Chitta Shuddhi will come. If mind is not pure, Vedanta will not enter there. Krishna himself will not sit there. So we have to have Sharanam Braja. Again Krishna says it is actually for a Jnani Bhakta. Now people might also have a question. Why would say that it is Sharanagati refers to Jnani? Because that question also I have to address before I conclude. Because where did Krishna start? In the second chapter, he said, Asocyan, Anvasochatvam, Prajnavadamsya Bhashase, Gatasuna Gatasuncha, Na Anushochanti Panditaha. Panditaha Jnaninaha, they don't grieve. That is how we started very first. And that is the Upakrama Shloka. And Upasamhara Shloka in 18th chapter cannot be in contradiction with that. So he cannot be talking about karma and all that thing here. He has to conclude with Jnani only. So Upakrama Upasamhara Shloka, there should not be no Veda. So because of that, that cannot mean any karma. So it is with respect to only Jnanam. That is one reason. And the second reason, he says Masuchaha, don't grieve. That's what both the places. And now we also know Gita is the essence of Upanishads. Sarvoparishito Gavo, Dokta, Gopalanandanaha. All the Upanishads are the cows and Krishna is the one who is the milker. He got the essence, the quintessence of Upanishads. That's what we say. And Upanishad teaches what? It is a Vedic tradition. It teaches the highest knowledge, Brahma Vidya. So Imam and Krishna also never claims that it is Krishna is some anywhere. It is all my teaching. No, he says, Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam. Vivasvan Manavekata. So he says it is all already given in the scriptures. And whatever is given, I am only retelling it to apply it to you people so that I want to engage you and enlighten you with whatever is the highest teaching given in the Vedas already. It is not any new Krishnaism. Maybe I may give some new examples here and there to make you understand. This is already told. So there is only a Veda philosophy which is coming through Krishna's words now. It is only an idea from Vedas. So it has been clarified everywhere. So there is nothing that is new in this context except that whatever is already given there. So whatever may be the essence of Upanishads, that alone must be the essence of Gita. So that's what it should be. And what does Upanishad say? They declare only through Jnanam people can gain moksha. Jnana deva kaivalyam. Tarati shokam atmavid. That's what the Bhashyakara said. Tarati shokam, this samsara, this bhavasagara, any shokam associated with this janma, that can be gotten away only by atmavid, by getting atmajnanam. Tesham shantihi shashvatihi na yitaresham. Kathopanishad says, these are all Upanishad vakyams, Shruti vakyams. Upanishad says, Tesham shantihi shashvatihi shantihi. That is only the permanent shanti, na yitaresham, not anything else. So Atmajnanam alone will get peace of mind, will give ultimate shanti to me. Otherwise they may say what? Atmajnanam is also one of the methods they would have told. Like karma, bhakti, upasana. Atmajnanam is also another method. No. Atmajnanam is the only method. All others are all instruments to gain the adhikaritvam to go for Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga involves Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. All these steps are needed. One cannot short circuit any of them. Karma is needed, Karma Yoga is needed, Upasana is needed, all are needed. Nothing is dispensable. But you cannot even reverse the order. I cannot say, okay, I will sit in the Upanishad class first, learn Aham Brahmasmi, and then go to Karma. Doesn't work. It should be done in that order only. Karmi, Karma Yogi, then Jnana Yogi, Jnana. That is the only route. There is no other route at all. Na anyaha pantaha ayanaya vidyate. Shruti says again. And also even other Upanishad says, without Atmajnana, that's a beautiful thing. Swatar Upanishad, that says, Atmajnana, without Atmajnanam, you can never get out of sorrow at all. If you want to get out of sorrow, under only one condition you can do without Atmajnanam, it says you should roll the entire Akasha into a mattress. If you can do that, then you can do this also. Yada Charmavatim Akasham. Veshtayishyanti manavaha tata devam abhignaya dukkasya anto bhavishyati. Very clearly says, it is that impossible. Without jnanam, one can never get moksham. So jnana deva shoka nivrittihi. Jnana deva kaivalyam. And how can we say Sharanagati gives a person freedom from sorrow? Therefore, there should be an alternative method. And Krishna says, when he says Sharanagati gives freedom, he must mean Sharanagati refers to Atmajnana. So when he says Mam Yeva Yeshyasi, that Mam is Jnani. Atmajnana, self-knowledge alone will remove me from the cycles of birth and death. Otherwise, that has to be suffered endlessly. We can never say, I can get out of this cycle, I can gain moksha by any other means. All other means are necessary, not sufficient. Jnanam alone is the only final step a person has to gain moksha. That is the message of Krishna when he says, Mam Yeva Yeshyasi. Bhakti helps us to get there. But it is not the Bhakti is Jnani Bhakti, Jnana Bhakti. Swaswarupana Sandhanam, that is what he said. Swaswarupana Sandhanam. Explore yourself. Who are you? Am I this body? Am I this body-mind complex? Or am I Chaitanya? And the Chaitanya that is in me, that is prevalent everywhere. Asavaditya Brahma, Brahmayeva Ahamasmi. Right from childhood, 7 years, when the Upanayana is done, right from that time we recite this mantra. What does it mean? Love and attachment, I always make this difference. Love is unconditional, whereas attachment is conditional. Whatever we call love, most of the time is only attachment. Because in attachment, when it comes, you get attached. When it goes, you have to come. In love, there is nothing like to come. It is always love, universal love. Sarva bhuta hiterata, Krishna said. Sarva bhuta hitatvam, when it will come. Krishna says in so many places, Vidya, Vidya, Sampanne, Brahmane, Gavi, Hastini, Shunischaiva, Shupakecha, Panditaha, Samadarshinaha. How this Samadarshana is possible? For a very, very learned scholar, Brahmana. Gavi, this is Gavi is the elephant. Hastini, I am done. Hastini is the elephant. Gavi is the cow. Shunischaiva, Shupakecha. The dog and the dog eater. We call a dog eater Chandala. Why? Because the dog is a very grateful animal. It comes, wagging his tail, thinking the boss is going to give something to him. What this guy does? He hits and eats it, kills it and eats it. It's a Chandala. But this Pandita looks at all of these people as saying, how is it possible? If it is the distinction based on Nama, Rupa and Karma in Gavahara Disha, it's not possible. If you can see that Chaitanya in and through all of them is the same. Because of his prarabdha, whatever Pundita Papa Dharmas he did, he is enjoying or suffering the consequence of this now. But Chaitanya alone, but that doesn't mean when a mad elephant comes, he will not run away, he will run away. Janaka was the king, Subramanian, but he has to dispense dharma. The wicked he has to punish. People who are scholars he has to praise. But he is beyond praise and he is beyond all those things as a Brahmajnani. But because he played the role of a king, he has to do that role play. That's what a Jnani does. So in the Vyavaharika world, in the practical world, they behave like everybody else according to the tenets of Dharma. But the Sthayi Bhava, we call it Sthayi Bhava in music. That Sthayi Bhava always there in him. It is not a 5 minutes meditation, 1 hour meditation, 2 hour meditation. It is 24-hour non-stop meditation. I should be aware. I am not this body. I am not this mind. They are all inert. I am Chaitanya Meva. Aham Brahmasmi. And because of that, I should be Aham Druptosmi, Aham Purnosmi. I don't lack anything in life. I'm Nitya Truptaha. Bhagavan is Nitya Truptaha. Only when the Jnani also gets Jnani, this person gets a Jnani, he becomes a Jnani, and he also is a Nitya Truptaha. Krishna talks about that Nitya Truptaha. He is talking about that Purnosmi iti Jnana for that Jnani. So that is what is meant by this particular shloka. So even though I took this one shloka, I thought I will try to just at least outline some concepts of Vedanta, because these shlokas can be looked at from the bhakti angle. It makes us better person every day. What we call it progress. Are you a better person tomorrow than you are today? That is progress. Better means what? It is relative, right? Guided by dharma. So based on dharma, because when they start the Purva Mimamsaka, the Karma Kanda, Atato Dharma Jnana, first sutra. You should know dharma is karma there. Atato Adharma Jnana also, you should know what is Vidhi, what is Nisheda, what is to be done, what should not be done. Important. But when it comes to Uttara Mimamsa Jnana Kanda, Atato Brahma Jnana, that is the subject there. So Purva Mimamsaka, Dharma Jnana. Abandon all dharma, sarva dharman parityajya, Uttara Mimamsa, Jnana Kanda, Adato, Brahma Jnana. That is the message of Krishna in the way I relate to, and as I have learned from my gurus. I just want to share with you some terms I might have perhaps explained a little more, because Sanskrit usage I have to do it within the time needed. But the crux is that Jnanadeva Kaivalyam Nahi Jnanena Sadrisham Paditram Havidyate.